I'm actually that sort of person who can't be just in one place.
I was the first grandchildren, very spoiled.
When we landed in Atlanta, that was first time, all the thoughts went away. First time I saw that, like, disappeared.
And if they don't agree with my kind of living, they had problems. So, because this is my life, this is not their life.
When you ask two people to tell you something interesting about them, they will tell you, I don't have anything special, I don't have anything to say, I'm not a really interesting person. We often think that only known people or celebrities have a life that is worth telling. But this is not true. We all live things. We can live pleasant things, funny things, sad things, but the fact is, we live things. That's what I want to know. My name is Lison, I come from France, and I want to discover the stories behind people coming here in CMK, the youth center of Copper. And I'm sure you have a lot to say. Francisco is Portuguese. You probably already saw him around because he's a volunteer here in the youth center of Copper. He's also my roommate, and he always have crazy and sometimes stupid stories to tell. So today it's pretty serious because he will explain us how a building fell on him in Lisbon, which is actually quite a big deal because he survived. And he will tell us a bit more of this big event.
I am ready.
So,
Hello, Lison.
hello Francisco.
What's up?
You told me once that
Oh,
something
come on, just like that.
something happened to you. Yeah,
Just like that.
just like that.
You just
yeah.
go straight to the questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what happened to you? I mean, in terms of this building falling on you, can you
Yeah.
tell me more of what happened exactly?
A building fell on me.
Good start.
No, it's just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what?
Let me tell
Yeah,
you the story.
context. I mean, what were you doing and?
What was I doing? I was sleeping.
Mhm.
I remember I'd gone to my friends, having a few drinks. We got home pretty late, like 6, 7. And then I was living with a girl back then. She was sleeping next to me. She had to go work at 9, I think. So she went.
Mm.
I said sleeping, normal night, drunk, hangover, and then the building on me.
Mm.
Hmm.
We're living like on the first floor.
The
Second floor?
ground floor.
So all the
zero.
building fell on you basically.
Yeah, it was a 2 stories building. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And what happened after? I mean, the building fell on you like when you were sleeping.
Hmm. What happened
How
after?
did you react? I mean, what happened?
I screamed. I mean, because I was sleeping, and I remember perfectly well. This huge noise of stone and metal, just like on me, and the first thing I thought was of my girlfriend at the time, and it was if she was there or not. So I started screaming for her name, and but the thing is, you have to understand, when the stones fell, they were so heavy that the floor itself started going down and down, and with the floor, I was going down with the floor too. So, I was screaming for her name, like Sarah, 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 and then I just fucking realized, no, she went to work, and then I went like peaceful, and basically just waiting.
Waiting, but like, what do you mean? You had like rock on you all over your
Yeah,
body?
only my head was out. Only my head was out. Miraculously, only my head was like out. And my body was being drawn into the, like sinking into the ground, and then only my head. My head had 0 scratches, like absolutely nothing. It was fucking crazy.
So you could, like you could breathe, still breathe.
Yeah, not like in the first 10 minutes it was fucked up because like all the dust that came. So
Yeah.
of course the first thing you do is like, you breathe in, and I breathed like tons of dust. It was fucked up, yeah. It was.
Even like your eyes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can't,
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
basically
yeah,
you
yeah.
can't
No, all of
see
that. I
anything.
mean, no. I could see the hole in the top because it was raining, so it was quite romantic, melancholic, kind of bizarre, gloomy,
Dramatic?
dramatic, drastic, everything,
No, but like you're laughing right now, but on the moment, what were your thought?
The first, as I told you, was like,
Yeah.
oh fuck, if the girl is dead, Jesus. And then it was just like I got pissed. I was angry, very angry
Angry at what?
at the neighbors, at the what do you call it? The woman who was renting us a place.
The owner?
Yeah, the owner of the place, because all of them knew, all of them actually knew that.
But you were pissed on the moment or afters?
No,
After.
on the moment. With the rocks inside, I was pissed. I couldn't feel. I mean, my leg was just. I couldn't feel anything from the waist down. I didn't feel because of the blood.
Yeah, cutting.
Yeah, completely.
But you say that they knew.
They
that
knew
it
because
was- So you knew too, no?
No, exactly, because I moved. I was living there for 5 months. This happened. I went there in May the 1st. This happened in December, so let's say 5 months. And in the neighborhood, they know those buildings, know those streets since ages ago. So they knew that that building was about to fall at some point. Yeah. Yeah.
So it already happened that other building near to this building fell.
Not near this building, but in Lisbon it's quite common that every now and then a building falls. And I didn't know this. I just knew when after it happened to me, I wanted to search for the news on the like. I just put like building falls Lisbon, and I got like bunch of articles like building falling only in Lisbon. It happens. It happens. Nobody talks about it. When someone dies, they talk about it. Yeah.
And so you were pissed because you were thinking that everybody knew except you, and they didn't say anything.
Yeah. People who like I would go out of my place. I just, hey, hello, good morning, blah, blah. And I was like, hey, do you know, maybe that building may fall, and nobody told me that, like nobody. I'm talking about like, let's say 50 people that live near me.
But there were like a lot of people in this building?
Yes, no, not in the building. No, the building was abandoned. The building where I was living was abandoned. I was taking the ground floor, and it's not. I was not even living in the building because the building, my house was the ground floor. Okay, like a house, Then you had like a block of apartments, like this, like let's say 4 stores high, not very big, and it was completely abandoned, where the cats went then shit and piss and
Yeah.
super ruined, let's say, and then it folded. That thing fell
On
my
the
building. That fell on me. Yeah,
Okay.
it was a.
Okay. Yeah, I understand better. Okay.
It didn't even fell in all of my place. It just fell on my room, which is even more crazy. Like the rest of the place was quite alright. Just fell exactly where I was fucking sleeping, like there, like
Yeah. I don't
crazy,
know.
crazy.
Like you're sleeping and you just wake up by something falling on you.
Exactly. Cement, bricks,
Dust.
stones, dust, metal. Yeah.
Like,
And the noise of the metal is, I don't know, it's like, this is hard metal, like bending.
yeah.
It has like a very specific noise, and it's like, And the worst part is, as I was saying, was like the sinking, because the floor was sinking down, you know, and I felt that, you know, sinking down on the ground, you know. I mean, it sounds crazy, but I didn't feel so, you know.
No, but were you feeling that you're going to die? Because
I felt, of course. No, I knew, I knew, like, okay, this is the end. But I was not feeling any emotional anything. I felt angry as fuck. Angry. Super angry. Like, these guys knew it. These guys knew it. This place is here for God knows how much time. I mean, the fucking building was in ruins for 20 years, maybe. They knew that one day or another
it will happen.
Yeah, and it happened because we had the storm in Lisbon. Storm Anna. You know? And they said, hey, we're gonna have a storm, a lot of wind, a lot of rain, be careful. Okay?
So it was after a storm.
The exact same day after. Yeah. So basically, the building probably was like this, like
Yeah.
almost falling, and then next day, just because of the gravity, just yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's crazy,
Yeah.
crazy.
And how long did you stay in this position? Because you had like rocks on you. Rocks were continuing to fall on you. Fell on you?
Before the
ambulance and
yeah, this was like 45 minutes before the first guy came,
okay.
and I was screaming.
Screaming like for help and
Like, help me, can you please come here, whatever. And yeah, they were, when, so the building fell, right? So they sent the firefighters right away, and the guys were basically doing, when they came, they were basically doing, you know, when the firefighters came, they just like analyze the environment, see if it's safe, see if they can start, you know, working on it. They were not even, they didn't even know that there was a person there. And the first guy come, he said in person, Jorge, tá aqui gajo, which is like, Jorge, there's a person here.
no, fuck it.
And I was like, fuck yeah. So they were really after the 40 minutes, 45 minutes, yeah. It was a long time because it was hurting me a lot. I couldn't feel my legs. But when the guy said it was a person, in 5 minutes they had like the entire team with the nurse, with the special firefighter team, yeah. And then it was more like half an hour to get me
To get you out.
to get you out, yeah, because it was really, they had to take a big stone. They said it was like, they said that, I was listening, they were talking to each other, said it is 700 kilos. I had like a 700 kilo stone that was pushing my legs, you know, down into the ground. They said it was 700 kilos, so they had to bring a machine they didn't have, like a hydraulic machine to take the, and that was the worst part, yeah. Yeah.
And they were like constantly talking to you and stuff.
The chief, yeah, the last one to get there, the chief, it was like the oldest fat motherfucker, you know, with the mustache, you know, like old Portuguese. He went there, calm as fuck. That was everyone was like super stressed out, looking at me, but this guy's gonna die here. He's all broke, and this guy just comes. He comes next to me, like outside of my shoulder, because I was like this. He comes outside my shoulders. He just puts my hand like, hey, you are having a pretty shitty day, no? I was like, yes, it's not the best. It was like 11 in the morning, 12. Jesus. Just talking to me, and he said, you have to talk to me all the time. Because if you don't talk to me, I'm gonna slap your face. You have to talk to me. And you just heard, and it was working very well, but it took a lot of time, yeah. And the nurse put the, you know, the little plastic thing on my finger to see the
Like
heartbeat,
the
heartbeat,
yeah.
the you know, the tension and shit. And yeah, basically it was it.
And then, so you went to the hospital, basically, after?
The hospital is next to my place.
And you had almost nothing, no?
When I got there, they gave me morphine because my leg was this leg, the left leg was. I mean, I still remember it was black from, a bit above the knee down was black, and it was full of, and they said, "Dude, this guy is all his bones are broke."
Yeah.
Yeah, and the leg looked like it was broken. But I went to the hospital. Everybody giving me morphine. No,
So
but
was it broken? Your leg?
nothing, zero, nothing. It was just
just the blood.
just the muscle and blood. So basically, the muscle and blood of my leg, they were being, scratched for some, that they actually just took the form of the stones that were, So zero. I just have I have in my lower left leg, I have a crushing wound that's never gonna go away. It's a little bit of my muscle just
Went away.
It's never gonna. They told me if I was 10-year-old, 11-year-old, it's probably maybe if I was 10, 11, it could grow, but as I was 25.
It's done.
No, it's not gonna. So it's like this, yeah.
And you had like problem to breathe after because you had like rock and stuff like here too.
I never
On the
had
chest?
problem. No, after the dust, because it was a long time. After the dust went down, I was breathing quite alright. Yeah, no, that I never went like losing. I almost lose my consciousness. It was because it was my legs were so twisted that I just,
of course.
if you close your eyes, you're gonna sleep, and it's not good.
Yeah. Okay. And so how long did you stay in the hospital?
24 hours one day. Yeah.
It's nothing. I mean,
No,
compared
that's
to
nothing.
what happened,
No.
it seems
No,
to be nothing.
it's quite funny because the same firefighters that took me out of that took me out of the building. They're working. They just save people, put them in the hospital, and then
Yeah, they
save
do
more
that.
people,
Yeah,
put them in the hospital. It's quite funny because I actually got the same guys, the same team that saved me. They put an old man. I think he broke his neck or something. It was in a way more fucked up position than I was. He broke his neck, and it was that thing, that collar that they put on them, And he saw me, and I said, "Dude, how are you?" I was like, "I have nothing broken." And he said, "It's impossible."
Yeah.
How is it possible? No, nothing broke. No, absolutely nothing. And he went like, even the wound only came up later, because if you looked at my leg back then, it was just black. You couldn't see that they have a wound. Only when the blackness started, then the wound came up. Yeah.
So that was in terms of like physical impact, but in terms of psychological impact, were you like?
I cannot say because I never thought about it.
Yeah.
I never had bad dreams about it. My brain just shut that little memoir, down, and I never thought about it. And
Did you think like it changed? I don't know, not your life, but the way you are. I mean, because you basically you survived.
in any way, it should, right?
No, it.
No, it should. I mean, it's a second chance to. Yeah, but it didn't. At
In
all.
terms of the way even you see things, or I don't know.
Never, no, nothing, in any way, and I'm telling you,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
honestly,
Yeah.
honestly, nothing, no, but because I think about that too. I mean, dude, you should have been dead. Like after 2 weeks after the accident, I was like, you should have been dead. And actually, I was thinking about a lot about this. You should not even be alive, and it's not normal that you're alive. Why are you alive? Why? But I didn't do anything different. I just kept doing it, my normal life.
But did you took any decision after this?
Oh yeah.
But can we talk on
Oh,
it?
you want to go to this question?
No, but we cannot talk about that.
No, yeah, we talk about
No,
everything.
but we
yeah.
can. We can just like.
No, I can. I had the big one because I was, I was living with the girlfriend who I was with. In lack of better words, I did not like her that much, and it's kind of personal. This is good things,
No, but
Very commercial.
Listen to me. If you don't
No,
want
but-
to talk about that, we
no,
don't talk
I-
about
no,
that.
I
If you
can-
don't
I
want
can-
to give details, you don't give it.
No, I can tell. But basically, I was living with this girl. She was very good to me. I have nothing bad to say about her. I didn't like her, So basically, I was having, this life with her, every day, like a couple life, and she didn't please me in the slightest. And when after this happened, basically we broke up pretty much just after, and I just decided that I would never spend my time with someone I didn't like, you know. Maybe that was the big thing that
yeah.
we can get out of this. Yeah, yeah. Your life is too short to spend it with someone you just don't like. Yeah, maybe that would be.
That's a decision.
Yeah, you got your answer? Yeah,
Yeah,
little
I get
French.
It, I get it. You think I would not talk about that? Of course.
Son of a gun.
Okay. And yeah, after the newspaper and stuff, talk about that a lot. I mean, did you talk about that a lot with your family? And I mean, I guess they knew it.
My dad was very shocked. He's a more sensitive person. He got shocked as fuck, and
I mean, makes
No,
sense, no?
the thing is, my mom never quite understood how bad it was because I didn't tell her right away. I told my mom what happened when I was getting out of the hospital. She didn't know shit. My dad, I called him while I was in the hospital doing the exams and shit. It was like, he wanted to come to me, but of course, he understood basically what some stones fell on him. You would never understand. When the news came, that was like the big deal. Like, and he couldn't believe like it was. I was alive for no reason. Basically, I'm alive for no reason, for absolutely no reason.
Chance. It's
It's
luck
not
in bad
supposed.
luck.
I don't know if I had the chance to show you the pictures of the. Did I
Yeah, you
show you the
showed me,
picture? I
yeah.
mean,
You showed me.
how do you survive that? I mean, it's not supposed to. Because my little head was out. Imagine that 700 kilo stone just fell on my fucking face. I would not be here giving the interview.
For sure. Yeah.
Of course not. It's impossible.
Yeah. So
Not
you-
one bone broken. And that's another thing with my mom. It was like, first she didn't understand at first. Then when the news came, she thought, okay, they're exaggerating. And then when she knew that, okay, it doesn't have any broken bone, so nothing happened.
Yeah,
and she
couldn't
never
believe
quite
it.
until I showed her the pictures. Yeah. And my cousin, actually, my female cousin, went there to search for my cell phone. That, by the way, was in the same place where I let it. Yeah, full of dust, and
Still working?
working. Yeah,
No
and I used it until I came to Slovenia, until November. Yeah, very fun.
Yeah, but I had the...
And they were like filming and sending the picture, sending the footage to my mom, and she was like, "What the fuck is this?"
They had the feeling that everybody was more shocked than you were, no?
In the end, yes, they were like, "Jesus, oh fuck, this is a new opportunity for you to change your life." And I was like, "No, this is just next chapter." I never thought about it, to be honest. I mean, it's a nice story now. I feel it like it's a good story to tell.
Yeah.
And people, if I say just, "Hey guy," I just that once a building fell on me.
Of course.
Nobody believes. I fell on you. Like what? No, like really, like.
kind of crazy, no?
And then the firefighters came. Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Because you told me that out of nowhere, you know? Like, yeah. Oh, it reminds me that a building fell on me and like it was nothing.
Yeah, man.
You actually survived of a building falling on you.
No, it was
You
like
understand that?
yeah, I understand. Yeah, it was just the end of the chapter.
Of what chapter?
Of that chapter, that one in Lisbon. I was leaving that girl. That chapter was closed.
I hope for you that not every chapter they are going to finish with.
Fuck no, please.
Okay.
Imagine we're living like in Villarosa and then and that's like again.
So thank you very much, Francisco.
Oh, thank you so much, Lison. It was a pleasure.
See you maybe in another interview.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Are you gonna change my mind in this 5 seconds?
Probably.
Okay, now.
Okay.
No?
See you for another interview.
See you.
Ciao,
Bye
thank
bye.
you. Thank you for listening this podcast. If you want to participate, to talk about a specific topic or something that happened to you, you can send me a private message on Center Mladi Koper Facebook page. I will be really happy to meet you. See you soon for a new story.